Hey everybody, this is Stacy. I have another album share for you today using again Nature Scrapbook by Graphic 45. And I wanted to do a little something different with this album. So I did kind of a mixed media thing and tried something different with the cover. This is, here was a rounded spine. And I got this idea from a wonderful junk journaler. Her name is Nik The Booksmith. And I could sit here and gush absolutely all day about the amazing journals that she makes, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. So she does these amazing journals and she makes these kind of rounded spines, and I wanted to give it a try. So I kind of figured a little something out on my own. And, you know, I think it worked out okay. Anyway, so I did the whole fake leather technique with the paper bag, and I used a couple different Tim Holtz Distress inks on here. I think I used like walnut and antique photo and maybe even a little bit of the black soot, but you can see here a little plain on the back, just a bit of gesso splashed down there. I did some embossing here on the ribs of the spine where the ribs stick up. You can get it. I'm not sure if you can get a sense of this. I am looking in the camera, but I can't tell because I have a glare from the light above. So anyways, I hope you can get a sense of the ribs and the spine. And then Nik does this really cool thing where she puts the cheesecloth in the back of her spine, and it hangs out the top and the bottom on the inside. I had some cloth or some netting. I think it's millinery cloth, but I'm not sure, and I used that in there instead because that's what I had on hand. So as you can see, this is kind of a small album. I think the cover is either 6 by 6 or 6.5 by 6.5, and there is, I believe, 5 pages. But on the cover, I just did a bunch of crazy. I mean, I started out with a piece of the paper from the collection, and I stamped on it, and I used some embossing paste, and you know, put the different, I ripped different pieces, and you can kind of see here there's some metal here from Tim Holtz. There's a little charm and a dried little leaves from the tree, or a little leaf stem from the tree. I did some what do you call this? I just kind of did embroidered like a funky little vine that was going up. I made a bow out of some jute, and I attached there's a little bell here, a little key, and then I took some little teeny tiny flowers and a little teeny tiny leaf, and I put those in a no, I don't know what, a little jewelry thing. I don't know what it's called. And I covered it with glossy accents to do that there. But when you open this up, on the inside, I just have a very simple little pocket in the front. I took one of the cards from the card collection and made a pocket out of it. And then I just took one of the journaling cards and made a photo mat, blank on the back. And over here on the first page, what really kind of inspired me to do this is because I love these little cutouts from the paper collection. I thought they were so cool, and so I thought, well, you know what, I would like to do something that kind of looks like somebody's old botany journal, and you know, maybe they left it out in the woods somewhere, and that's why it's just kind of so, you know, funky and crazy. But anyway, so one of the cards here, the strawberries, I did red flowers here to go with the strawberries, but again, I used some gesso to kind of age it. I ripped some of the paper from the paper collection, stamped. Another piece of metal has a little saying here. These are one of the tags from Tim Holtz where you can make your own. I put Imagine there in the middle. I used some more of this millinery cloth. Had an old dictionary, so I took strawberry, the word strawberry out of the dictionary, and attached that to the page. And this is a ribbon, oh, what are they called? Like a ribbon cap or something that you find in the jewelry section of Michael's. So I stuck that onto the card and attached the little butterfly there. And then these are pocket pages at the top. So I did photo mats, and the little figure 3 that you see there, that's just cut out from the paper. And again, these are blank on the back. When you flip this over, I did some more, oh, let's try not to get the glare in there. I did some more acetate here. And what I did here was these open from the side, and you can slip your 4x6 picture in under the acetate. And they're closed, you know, they're sealed all the way around. And the reason why I did the acetate was because I didn't want, whatever pictures I put in here, I didn't want them to be affected by the gesso or any of the inks that I was using. So I did this little spread here where I cut some of these little pieces apart, and I really wanted stuff that was going to kind of go over the picture when you slide the picture in, because I like that look, that effect. So over here, I took the mushroom card, and again I did some, there's another little metal piece from Tim Holtz. I did some more stamping, I ripped some more paper. This is some cheesecloth over here with some antique photo from Tim Holtz. Another ripped out from the dictionary. This is the definition for mushroom. And then what I did here was, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the old slides from the Victorian era, but they were very pretty and very ornate. And so we had these little tiny mushrooms in the paper collection. I thought it would be fun to make a kind of an old, what looks like an old Victorian slide. So I just cut out that little tiny mushroom. Thought it'd be fun. I put a little label there that says fungi, and you can see on the back where I glued it down. But yeah, they're kind of cool. Look them up on like Pinterest or something. I can't believe that the slides were so fancy looking. Anyways, another photo mat on the top. And oh, did you have a chance to see that? There you go. And another page here, and this page has ferns, and you know, we live in Florida, ferns grow wild hair everywhere, so of course I pulled fern out of the yard and nuked it in the microwave to dry it. Used the fern card here. There's a little metal piece here, the definition from fern, and then on here it says not all who wander are lost, on this little metal looking tag that I got at Michael's. And then again on this side, left this open. You can slide a picture in. I actually kind of messed up. I glued the wrong page on this side. So you slide the picture in this way, which it really doesn't matter. But so you slide a photo in here. First I cut out some ferns and some mushrooms there, and another photo mat on top here, ferns of course. And then you flip this one over, and I did some, there's another place for a 4x6 photo. This will only hold 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 photos. So this is something that, you know, you would put a few photos in from an event or someplace that you visited briefly. So I made a little tag out of this thing, and I put the little butterfly and a dragonfly here. Again, more gesso on the page, and I will explain to you all what I did here with the spine here and in a second. So on this side I used the big butterfly card. I did some more embossing paste. I did cover the embossing paste with that bisque liquid pearls that I have. So it kind of gives this shiny effect. A little bit of baby's breath here, some washi tape, another metal piece that I kind of altered. It says Discoveries on it. Again, another definition. And then another photo mat, again blank on the back. And then you flip this over, another place for a photo. This side, this is kind of a crazy page. The flowers here were kind of a purpley blue, so I did one of the little flowers I had in the yard there. There's a little key here, a little butterfly with some glossy accents. I believe these were supposed to be delphiniums. I saw that somewhere in the paper, so I found the definition and it had a little picture next to it in the dictionary. And again, another photo mat. And then on this side, I did this more gesso, another place for a photo, or the flowers from the paper collection. Over here, I did the card here with the pomegranate and made another pocket and put a couple more photo mats in here. So on the spine, or on the what holds the pages in, this is what Tyvek looks like when you take Tim Holtz, what do you call it? Oh, I used it all through this, the antique photo ink. I use the antique photo and a mossy, I think like a moss green, I think it's moss green, throughout the whole album. Anyways, this is what white Tyvek looks like when you take the ink to the Tim Holtz. What is it called? Goodness, you guys. Hold on, wait a minute. Distress ink, vintage photo, distress ink, and your little this one's had it, but this is what it's called. I need to take some vitamins or something. My memory is horrible. I use this stuff like every day. I can't remember what it's called. Vintage photo, distress ink by Tim Holtz, everybody, okay? Just so you know, and your little sponge dauber, and this is what happens when you put that on Tyvek. And so I actually made my piece that holds the, see, I can't even remember what that's called either. The piece that holds your pages in, and my mind has completely gone, I've just lost it. Okay, so the piece that holds your pages in, I made it out of just Tyvek. And then I backed the Tyvek after it was all made and all squished together and you have your ridges sticking up. I just backed it with some brown cardstock. So when you see when the album is closed, everything just kind of sits nicely there, the pages sit. When you open the album up, it kind of pops forward. And I like that because when you lay your book flat, this is not as rigid, and your pages will lay flat as you go along. Flipping your pages in your book, your pages end up laying flat. So you kind of see how that works. It pulls forward, and as you flip your pages will lay flat in your book. Anyways, so I thought I would show you that, and my hinge, it's called a hinge. I remembered, see? Oh my goodness, your hinge. So I'm gonna try this actually in some more albums. I think I liked the curved spine idea. I may not curve it as much next time, I don't know. But I like the idea of just using the Tyvek, and I know I make a lot of albums in black. I know you can get black Tyvek envelopes. So I may give this a try on some other mini albums, maybe not ones that are as crazy as this, but I like it. I had fun doing it, and I hope you guys like it too. Maybe you got some ideas, I don't know, but thank you all for watching and putting up with my crazy self. And you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.